stand.
Let us pray. Father in heaven, we come before you. We thank you for this evening, for our city, for all of these leaders and all the time they spend making this a wonderful place to live. Lord, tonight we just ask for your blessing and your wisdom on this meeting. Lord, give us the discernment that we need. Lord, continue to provide for the needs of our city. Lord, we think of the events going on at Eastman tonight. God, I just pray for safety there for all those involved in cleaning up that situation. Lord, we thank you for every good and perfect gift that you've poured out on us, from the citizens that are our neighbors to the goodness we see in our city, but most of all because of your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross and rose again for us. Lord, we thank you for all of these things, and in Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Be seated. Thank you, Pastor Warwick and Johnny May, New Vision Youth. Mr. Recorder, will you take the roll, please?
Mayor Montgomery.
Here.
Vice Mayor Duncan.
Here.
Alderman Baker. Here. Alderman Cooper.
Here.
Alderman George.
Here.
Alderman Mays.
Here.
Alderman Phillips.
Here. Thank you. All 7 board members are here and present. Mr. City Manager.
All right, we have one recognition on the agenda tonight. This is a proclamation for Black History Month to be given by Mayor Montgomery, and I'd like to ask Miss Johnny Mae Swaggerty, along with Bishop Collins, if you would please join the mayor at the podium, please.
We as a nation, for the last 100 years, have been celebrating Black History Month in the month of February. And some may wonder why we do it in the month of February. Well, it's simple. Carter G. Woodson, who was the founder, started in 1926. So it's been 100 years we've been celebrating this month. And he was the second black graduate with a PhD from Harvard University. And he picked February because since the Civil War, African Americans, black folks, were celebrating Abraham Lincoln's birthday and Frederick Douglass' birthday, which both were in the month of February. So that's how February got selected. And I also like to always remind us that Black history is American history. And we should always remember that and not get caught up in something separate, but it is American history. City of Kingsport Proclamation. Whereas the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Kingsport takes pride in recognizing February 2026 as Black History Month, celebrating the many notable contributions Black Americans have made to our country. And whereas since President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, presidents have designated February as National Black History Month to honor and affirm the importance of Black history throughout our American experience. And whereas we acknowledge the 100th anniversary of Black History Month origins with this year's theme, A Century of Black History Commemorations. And whereas we recognize Black citizens of Kingsport for their many accomplishments and positive contributions to our community and stand united with them in the finest traditions of the Kingsport spirit. And whereas Black History Month is a time for all Americans to remember the contributions and legacy of those who have helped build our nation, fought against prejudice to secure lives of dignity and opportunity for all our citizens, advance the cause of civil rights for all Americans, and strengthen our families and communities. Now, therefore, I, Paul W. Montgomery, Mayor of the City of Kingsport, and on behalf of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Kingsport, do hereby proclaim February 2026 as Black History Month in the City of Kingsport and encourage all citizens to join in honoring the many contributions made by Black Americans to our city, state, and nation. So thank you very much. And two people who worked tirelessly to promote Black History Month, Ms. Johnny May Swaggerty and Bishop Collins, thank you for your contributions.
Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, sir.
you.
You want to say something?
I love Kingsport.
I just want to say it's an honor always to be here. We appreciate you, the mayor, vice mayor, the city, your leadership team. It's important that we keep doing what we're doing. We are trying to do everything for everyone. When you all make decisions, you affect every citizen of Kingsport, and we are grateful for that. So do what you do it well, and continue to do it where there's fairness, equality, honesty, integrity, and most important, oneness. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, this is a point of our meeting where we call it for public comment. And citizens may come to the podium and speak on any issue related to our agenda or anything they want to speak about. When you come to the podium, we ask you to sign the register there, your name and address. And we also ask that you keep your comments non-personal in nature. And we have one limitation, 5 minutes. And do not expect for us to respond back to you. If you have a comment or two, we're here to listen at this time. Thank you very much. Anyone want to come forward?
My name is Paul Warwick. I live at 705 Yadkin Street. I'm going to see if I can write that down and talk at the same time. No, I can't.
Your clock won't start till you start talking.
All right. So I just want to speak for a couple minutes on the donation from our church, Grace Point Fellowship. I'm the lead pastor there, and just want to thank this board for consideration of taking that donation. I want to kind of explain what we're doing with that. For the last 5 years, we've engaged the week around Valentine's Day in what we call a Love Your City Week. And every single day, we choose a different project, if you will, to bless people in the name of Jesus with no strings attached. And we've actually joined in. We've been able to add a couple extra churches every year. Last year, there were 6 churches that joined in with this. We'd love to see 10, 15, 20 churches joining in. The idea is that sometimes people feel like the church is irrelevant to the community, that it's kind of antiquated, and we want to show them that's not the case at all. And so the reason why we're donating the funds for cats is because we believe that mobilizing people and getting them to their jobs and to the store and wherever they need to go is a big part in helping them out and being a blessing to them. So we appreciate the opportunity for us to give towards that, and we look forward to partnering with you all. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Does anyone else want to come and speak to us at this time? Seeing no one making any moves, I will declare this part over. Mr. City Manager.
All right, we have no appointments on the agenda tonight. We will move forward with the approval of minutes from the work session on January 20th, 2026, and the business meeting also on January 20th, 2026. We'd ask that you approve these minutes as submitted, please.
I'm sure you've read the minutes of January 20th, 2026 for the work session and the business meeting. If there are not any corrections, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Mays. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. The minutes are approved. Thank you. Mr. City Manager.
All right, we'll now move on to business matters requiring first reading and/or public hearings. You do have one public hearing on the agenda tonight. That is to conduct a public hearing in consideration of an ordinance to amend zoning of tax map 32, portion of parcel 15.20, located along Bancroft Chapel Road from the M1 Light Manufacturing District to PD Plan Development District. Jessica McMurray with our planning department will walk us through that.
Thank you. This is an owner-requested rezoning located along Bancroft Chapel Road. On this slide, you can see the vicinity of where the site's located. On this slide, you can see zoning designations for the area. The request is to rezone from the M1 Light Manufacturing District to the PD Plan Development District. Principal uses in the current zone include fabrication, assembly, processing, packaging, and production of consumer and industrial goods, warehousing, wholesaling, and distribution. There is a full list provided in your packet of current uses in the zone. The proposed PD zone permits a wide range of single and multifamily housing units. On these next two slides, you'll see the standards of review. These are used to determine if a rezoning is appropriate. The proposed plan development rezoning is compatible with surrounding residential uses, will not negatively impact nearby properties, and reduces potential land use conflicts compared to the existing M1 zone. During their January meeting, the Planning Commission did vote to send a positive recommendation to rezone from the M1 zone to the PD zone based upon the proposal's compatibility with surrounding city and county residential zones. A public hearing notice was published January 12th, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. At this point, I'm open the public hearing. Anyone wanting to speak on this ordinance coming for us tonight? Seeing no one making a move, I will close the public hearing. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
In order to further amend the zoning code text and map to rezone property located along Bancroft Chapel Road from the M1R Light Manufacturing District to PD Planned Development District in the 10th Civil District of Sullivan County, to fix penalty for the violation of this ordinance and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Thank you. You've heard a reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Any discussion? Any questions? Seeing no one making a move. All in favor of the ordinance, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ordinance passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a budget adjustment ordinance for various funds in fiscal '26. You see within the executive summary, we have several donations that are on this ordinance tonight. First, $200 from Appalachian Community Federal Credit Union, and a donation of $200 from Cardinal Glass. Both of those for Fire Station 3 as a thank you to them for their work during Christmas. In addition to that, we have a $500 donation coming to us from Shades of Grace. There's money within the transit fund in terms of the annual 5307 operations and preventative maintenance grant. You also see another donation in there, which was discussed just a minute ago, from Grace Point Fellowship in the amount of $1,000 for our public transportation fund. A grant coming into us from the state for our library, movement of dollars between both the water and sewer for the purchase of equipment, and then also movement of dollars into the fleet fund by both water and sewer for purchase of equipment. Several things on here. During the consent agenda, we will officially accept the donations, but at this point, because we probably won't talk about it during consent, I want to just say on behalf of the city to these organizations, thank you for your donations. Thank you for the very unique public-private partnerships that we have, the partnerships we have with our faith-based community as well. Those are not just occurring tonight, those happen throughout the year. We're very, very appreciative anytime that happens, and very, very heartfelt thank you to those organizations. Mayor, with that, we'd ask that you approve this budget ordinance, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance to amend the various fund budgets for the year ending June 30th, 2026, and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Baker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor of the ordinance, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ordinance passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
All right, now move into items requiring final adoption. The first item you have is consideration of an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance as it pertains to data center and cryptocurrency mining land uses. We had quite a bit of discussion on this, as have the Planning Commission that brought this to you all, unanimous recommendation. Appreciate the work, as I stated at our last meeting, that Jessica Harmon, Ken Weems, and the planning staff have done. This is definitely not a one-size-fits-all, but this is what works for Kingsport. It comes to you tonight on second and final reading, and we'd ask that you approve the ordinance, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance amending Chapter 114 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Kingsport, Tennessee, pertaining to data centers and cryptocurrency mining, and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Thank you. You've heard reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman George. Any discussion?
I would just like to add, Mayor, if I may, that Planning Commission talked about this quite a bit, and the staff with the city, I think, have done an outstanding job. I think I mentioned a couple of months ago, or maybe last month, that this has been looked at as a model from our other sister cities in the area. So, but just to clarify, maybe some of you have gotten emails, we have no crypto data mining businesses known that we know about that are wanting to locate in Kingsport. This is just a proactive approach, and Planning Commission really discussed this thoroughly, I think, in several of their meetings, so just wanted to bring that up front. It doesn't prohibit anyone if they want to do a little data mining in their basement or in their house. They can have 5 gaming PCs and data mine as much as they want. But so this is a very proactive approach, I think, for our city.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding that other cities are asking for examples here, because I know that the planning department sent some out to others, what I planted, so very good. Thank you for work there. Other comments?
I think it's a very good, I said it last time, measured approach, and I'm glad Alderman Mays pointed out we don't have anybody right now clamoring to do this, but Ken Weems last time said we'll probably be revisiting this in a year or so. I could see us doing that. You know, data centers right now, the worst technology we're ever going to see is right now. It's just going to improve with time. So I like the way that we're not just saying no. We're saying there's a way to go about doing this, and we're just laying that path out. So good approach from the Planning Commission and staff.
Thank you. Any other comments? If not, I'll ask Mr. Recorder to take the roll call vote.
Alderman Baker.
Aye.
Alderman Cooper.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Duncan.
Aye.
Alderman George.
Aye.
Alderman Mays.
Aye.
Alderman Phillips.
Aye.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye. The ordinance passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a budget adjustment ordinance for various funds in fiscal '26. Again, you can see those that are listed there. This is coming to you on second and final reading, and we'd ask that you,
I think you skipped one, Mr. City Manager.
I sure did. Let me go back. Here we are. Consideration of an ordinance to amend zoning ordinance as it pertains to residential foundation requirements. This is also coming to you on second and final reading. It's not a budget ordinance, has nothing to do with the budget. This was presented at our work session and discussion, and then presented to you all at our last meeting. It really is simply just adopting what is currently being practiced in the field, and it allows us to bring our code up to where it needs to be to reflect the work that is going on. With that, Mayor, we'd ask that you approve this, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance amending section 114-131 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Kingsport, Tennessee, pertaining to foundation requirements for residential dwellings, and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the ordinance. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Recorder, please take the roll call vote.
Alderman Baker.
Aye.
Alderman Cooper.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Duncan.
Aye.
Alderman George.
Aye.
Alderman Mays.
Aye.
Alderman Phillips.
Aye.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye. The ordinance passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Now, we move to consideration of budget ordinance for various funds in fiscal '26. Again, you'll see those listed within the executive summary. Also, we'll reference you to the attachment, which is an ordinance summary that goes into a little bit more detail. This comes to you on second and final reading. We'd ask that you approve the ordinance, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
An ordinance to amend the various fund budgets for the year ending June 30th, 2026, and to fix the effective date of this ordinance.
Thank you. You've heard the reading of the ordinance. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion? Mr. Recorder, please take the roll call vote.
Alderman Baker.
Aye.
Alderman Cooper.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Duncan.
Aye.
Alderman George.
Aye.
Alderman Mays.
Aye.
Alderman Phillips.
Aye.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye. The ordinance passes 7-0. City Manager.
All right, now moving into other business. First item is consideration of a resolution awarding the bid for the purchase of various fleet maintenance items. This comes to you annually, and only comes to you because you have one item that is above the $50,000, which can be approved internally. These are for a variety of items from a variety of vendors. However, only one Safety Clean Systems came in over the $50,000 mark. That is what your approval is for tonight. The rest of the items, along with the items from Safety Clean, will be purchased as needed to stock fleet throughout the course of the year. Just simply because they've bid, and the bid that they have submitted doesn't necessarily require us to have to purchase, but again, it is there should we need it to restock inventory within fleet. For that, we'd ask that you approve the resolution authorizing the bid. Mayor?
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution awarding the bid for the purchase of various fleet maintenance items to Safety Clean Systems and authorizing the city manager to execute purchase orders for the same.
Thank you. You've heard a reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman Phillips. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a purchase order for Kingsport City Schools, grades 6 and 9, Dell Chromebooks and Google Chrome license from Dell Marketing LP. This comes to us from the Board of Education. It is the ongoing process that we see rather often for the approval of various material for them, and definitely, as we've seen over the years, the approval and replacement of new Chromebooks or laptops. Again, comes from the Board of Education. Ask you to approve the resolution authorizing the purchases.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a purchase order to Dell Marketing LP for 1,300 Dell Chromebooks and Google licenses for Kingsport City Schools 6th and 9th grade students.
Thank you. You've heard a reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan and seconded by Alderman Mays. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the resolution say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution to enter into an agreement with LJA Engineering, Inc. for Phase 3 sanitary sewer inspection of the West Kingsport Sewer Basin. Ask Ryan if he'll come on up to the podium and just briefly describe what you're looking at here.
All right, so exciting project for a few reasons. One, it helps us move forward with identifying those areas within our sewer system that really need attention. This is Phase 3. 1 and 2 really showed some spots in the Ridgefields area where a lot of water was getting into our sewers. So the way this works is a master plan was developed years ago that identified where our worst areas are for water getting into the sewers. This is the next step to go up into those basins, do manhole inspection, smoke testing, flow monitoring, to really isolate so when we do spend money, we're spending money very effectively. The other thing I really am excited about is this board has taken some phenomenal steps over the past few years, really rewriting the financial footprint of the sewer side, water included, but this project is being funded out of the operating budget. And that is something a few years ago we would not have seen. In fact, you might have seen it out of bond money, which is not a great way to do that because you're spending you're having to pay for that over another 20 years. So this is, if you recall, every year as you look at the rates, there are certain items you're looking at to ensure financial sufficiency, the debt service coverage, the fund balance, and then you have the last one, which is really what we're working at right now, and that's kind of a pay-as-you-go or an equity-financed type of work. So on the roads, you understand we do repaving, and we do that with cash because every year we have to do that. Same as with the water and sewer. We have 900 miles of water lines. So if we're replacing 1% of our system a year, that's 9 miles of water lines. And you all are working really good to increase our ability to fund that with cash. And you need to do that so we don't have a bond issuance every year paying for this year over the next 20, the next year over the next 20. And this is a good example of a project that we're able to do. We're going to be bringing a few more projects over the next few months on the sewer side that are all funded out of that pay-as-you-go or equity finance capital. And I'm happy to answer any questions, but really it's a great story for us that we have really righted the ship where we were in 2018, 2019 in our financial side on the sewer side.
Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution authorizing an agreement with LJA Engineering for Phase 3 of the sanitary sewer inspection project for the West Kingsport Sewer Basin and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement and all the documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the agreement.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. I may have a motion for approval.
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Second? Is there a second? Second by Alderman Baker. Any discussion? Questions?
I'll reiterate what I said last night, and just tag on what Ryan said. I think it's great that we can do this with cash. You know, I don't like to see rate increases, but Travis last year during the budget process sat down with me and showed me where we were lagging. And so this is great that we're able to pull out and do pay-as-you-go. So, yeah, I think it's you're saving bond interest money. So, yeah, a good use of cash.
I would like to add too, I mean, it's $420,000, so this is not a small project by any stretch of the imagination. But also, engineering like this and being proactive keeps us in compliance and doesn't force us into immediate actions or non-compliant actions as we operate our sewer system, which is exorbitantly expensive if we ever got into that. So being proactive and funding it with cash is a win-win for the city and especially for the ratepayers, I think. So good management, I think.
Ron, will the citizens be notified when we do that, when folks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other questions? What, comments? Okay, ready to vote? All in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution to approve a lease extension with Create Appalachia and to allow the mayor to sign all documents necessary and proper as they pertain to the lease. Last night at our work session, representatives from Create Appalachia were here to talk a little bit about the programming, various other things they do at our old city hall located at 225 West Center Street. This lease will carry through the end of this year. We have stated at that point we would need to further evaluate this. As you know, that timeline ties into when the Justice Center expansion and renovation project is set to end, and decisions would be needed to be made by this board, the next board, as to what we will be doing with that property. For now, it's continued to operate as a courthouse, and the recommendation from us is that we allow this lease with Create Appalachia to continue. With that, Mayor, we'd ask that you approve the resolution.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving the renewal of a lease agreement with Create Appalachia for the use of space at 225 West Center Street, authorizing the mayor to execute the lease and all of the documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of this resolution.
Thank you. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion?
Because I am married to one of those representatives that were there last night, and most importantly, she said that if I was on my best behavior last night, she would cook dinner tonight. I will be abstaining from this vote.
Okay. Any other comment? Okay, all in favor of the resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And we have one abstention. 601. Ms. City Manager.
Next item is consideration of a resolution for Base Mountain Park to enter into a multi-year agreement with the Senior Community Employment Program. This is not a program that is new to us. We have been participating in this for over 10 years. It allows federally subsidized workforce development program for seniors, allows them to get ample training to then move into a non-subsidized life. This provides us, though, with the opportunity for individuals to have employment at the park at no cost to the city of Kingsport. Do everything from work the gatehouse, work in the gift shop, and allows our full-time staff or other part-time staff to do other tasks within the park. It's been a great program, and so I applaud the staff that have been working on this to be able to bring us into a multi-year agreement to continue doing this. A very efficient way for us to manage operations at the park. That, Mayor, we'd ask that you approve the resolution authorizing this agreement, please.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney, please publish.
A resolution approving an agreement with CWI Works Incorporated to participate in the Senior Community Service Employment Program and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement and all the documents necessary and proper to effectuate the purpose of the agreement.
Thank you. You've heard a reading of the resolution. May I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion for approval by Alderman George. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Phillips. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes 7-0. City Manager.
All right, we now move into the consent agenda. You have 7 items on the agenda. I will read through those. If you'd like any pulled for further discussion, please let me know. The first item is consideration of resolution ratifying the application for the Public Entity Partners 2025-2026 Cybersecurity Matching Grant Program. Second item is consideration of a resolution to apply for and receive an apprenticeship training grant from the First Tennessee Development District for February 2026 through June 2027. Third item is consideration of resolution to apply for and receive an incumbent worker training grant from the First Tennessee Development District for December 15th, 2025 through June 30, 2026. Fourth item is consideration of a resolution to sign First Tennessee Development District Worksite Agreement for the WIO programs and to receive reimbursement funds. Fifth item is consideration of a resolution to accept a donation from Appalachian Community Federal Credit Union and Cardinal Glass. Six items, consideration of a resolution to accept a donation from Shades of Grace United Methodist Church. Seventh item is consideration of a resolution for CATS to accept a donation from the Grace Point Fellowship Church to provide transportation to the people of the Kingsport community. Mayor, we'd ask that you approve all 7 items as presented unless you would like one pulled for more discussion.
Okay. I have a motion for approval.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to accept all items on the consent agenda as presented.
Motion for approval by Vice Mayor Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Cooper. Any discussion?
Mayor, I would just like to comment on the First Tennessee Development District. And I feel safe in saying I know all the board members would agree. I certainly appreciate the fire chief and police chief, and certainly your work, Mayor, on the First Tennessee Development District Board of bringing in grants to pay for training for new hires, shall we say. And I think that is fantastic cost savings to the city. It's not really a small amount of money, so really appreciate that hard work. Tyra, I believe, involved as well. So good work for a good cause. So I appreciate that very much.
Any other discussion, comment? Okay. Mr. Recorder, we take the roll call vote.
Alderman Baker,
Aye to all items.
Alderman Cooper,
Aye to all items.
Vice Mayor Duncan,
Aye to all.
Alderman George,
Aye to all.
Alderman Mays,
Aye to all.
Alderman Phillips,
Aye to all.
Mayor Montgomery.
Aye to all. The consent agenda items are approved, 7-0. Mr. City Manager.
All right, now move into communications. I will echo what Alderman May said in regards to tonight's agenda. There was at least 4 items on the agenda that are various grants or partnerships that allow us to offset some of our operating costs, training costs. It is also opportunities that allow for onboarding and training of those individuals, whether in police or within our dispatch. We really were not tapping into those as an organization until Tyra Copus came on board as our HR director. And since then, it has really helped us open our eyes to some of these operating assistant grants that come to us through First Tennessee Development District. You all task us each year through the budget to operate efficiently. You task us to explore grant opportunities. And when those grant opportunities can help offset operating or capital for us to go after those, we've been pretty successful over the last several years. Millions of dollars have come into the city to offset operations or capital. And I really just applaud the staff for the work they do. Thank you all for giving us the room to go after those. We've been aggressive. You see a lot of that reflected here tonight in a great way to help us operate more efficiently and to provide much-needed training dollars throughout the organization. We said this last night. It definitely needs to be echoed again tonight. Greatly appreciate all the work that has been done by the various departments that have been out moving snow and trying to keep our streets clean. We began that work Friday, 24 hours a day, 12-hour shifts. That's always backed up by our fleet department. So as soon as we go into snow removal mode, our fleet, our city garage opens up to maintain those vehicles. Sometimes we'll see those trucks limping back in, and they will, much like a NASCAR pit crew, go in. I'll have the blades repaired, I'll have other work done on them, and then we'll get them back out as quickly as we can. Appreciate the patience from our citizens. This was a pretty significant snow that had a lot of cold weather ahead of it. And so we've really made a lot of ground up today. Warm weather. It's nice to be above freezing, and a little bit of rain has also aided in that as well. But great job done by those folks. And also appreciate all the city employees that made it into work. We don't, often talk about that, but our community centers are able to open, the various departments that we're able to serve, transit being able to run. There's a lot of things out there that happen, and those employees are, in some situations, having to travel in, and maybe on roads they're not being treated as well as they are in the city of Kingsport. So we appreciate those folks. Long-standing tradition within the city of Kingsport, and now going on 29 years that I've been here, is we keep operations open. Keep commerce running through the work that we do. Take a tremendous amount of pride in that, and that's definitely something that we don't take lightly. Mayor?
Thank you. Alderman Baker.
I'll echo that. I hope we've seen the snow plows for the last time this year. But, I don't think just normal citizens recognize how much work goes into that, but not just, snow plow guys, but public safety, the work out there every single day. So, yeah, proud of our employees.
Is that it?
That's it.
Alderman Phillips.
I'll just echo that as well. I think, you don't realize a lot of the same guys are picking up trash and scraping parking lots. So, they didn't do garbage yesterday, so everybody's pulling double shifts and scraping roads so they can scrape roads and empty trash today. So it's a domino effect, and they've worked themselves to death over the last week, so really appreciate city staff. One thing, too, that I wanted to mention that probably just put in the back of your mind is the state of the state is tonight. Last night, tonight's Tuesday. It was last night. We are have our dental school here, and we are, again, looking to the governor and to the state to help us out with that. So we would greatly appreciate if you run into a state representative or, just let them know that dental school is important to Kingsport, and we would love to see some of that money come back this way and continue to get phase 2 done with that. And other than that, I've got about 35 minutes set aside to speak about Miami's national championship run, but since Crystal's cooking dinner, I'll just cut that short and say that's it, and I hope everybody stays safe.
Who, me?
I'm getting a phone call. Go ahead.
Okay. I just agree with the sentiments expressed about Public Works and police and fire. Also want to shout out to Sullivan County EMS. The teamwork that goes on moving vehicles and responding to calls, and a lot of falls going to the mailbox. That's amazing, number of falls occur in ice like that. And it's amazing that the teamwork it goes together when times are tough like this. And so really grateful to our city staff. And I think city manager pointed out something I really wasn't that aware of, is the city departments being open during bad weather. So it's commendable. So thank you for that.
I'll just mention again what I did last night, that for the last 2 weekends, all of our small businesses and our restaurants around town have seen a decline in business because of the snow. So be sure as the weather gets, as the snow leaves the ground and the weather gets a little bit warmer, that you support all the small businesses and restaurants in our city. Also, because of the snow, the Lamplight Theater, their Foggy Valley Gang is going to be this weekend. So they're going to extend it for 1 weekend because they weren't able to do it during the last 2 weekends because of snow. And then after that, on the 14th, they're having a Just Dream in recognition of Black History Month. If you haven't been to Lamplight, I say this a lot, but if you're not one of the 75,000 people that were guests of Lamplight last year, then you're missing something. There's live theater there downtown. So try to support Lamplight and go down there. And like I said, this Just Dream is going to start on the 13th in recognition of Black History Month. I saw it last year, or a year or two ago, and it's really a good play. Also, First Broad Street United Methodist Church and Holy Trinity and St. Dominic's joined together to start a program called Beloved Community. It's a memory cafe. It's not a unique idea. A lot of areas have a memory cafe, but not in a 100-mile radius of Kingsport. And it's every Thursday morning between 10 and 12, we get together, and people that have some memory issues and their caregivers are welcomed into the First Broad Street Church, and we have Bible study, refreshments, activities, music. So it's just a time that the caregivers and our guests, our memory guests, can join together and have some real significant activities, and some the caregivers can get some time to talk and support each other. So if you know anyone that might benefit from coming there on every Thursday from 10 to 12, just send them. They can just show up, or you can call First Broad Street and talk to Joy Eastridge and get some information about it. But it's a wonderful. This will be our third week this week, and we had 31 people the first week, which was fantastic. So if you know anyone that could benefit from that, please direct them toward First Broad Street on Thursday morning. That's it.
Alderman George.
Everybody has really, I want to echo thanking the city workers, because as I said, I don't like 0-degree weather, and they were out in it, and I was cold, not in it. So I do truly appreciate everything that, as you mentioned, everybody coming to work and showing up and doing their job. And we had a wonderful presentation last night, updating us on all the projects going around Kingsport. There are so many different things going on. It's a wonderful website. People can go in and see where we stand on everything. But every area of the city is being touched, and all the different projects, whether it's Parks and Rec, roads, utilities. I mean, there's library, so much going on, and so it's always good to get that update so you can share that information.
Vice Mayor Knapp.
Yeah, just a couple of things. Congratulations to the wrestling team and Coach Adelet for a very successful year. They finished runner-up to the state, and that's the first time that's happened. I think that was to Cleveland, who's a powerhouse in the sport. And then kind of just to echo on what everybody else has said for the first responders, but we did have some people that kind of stepped up with Mickey Baker, Miles Burdine, and Frank Lett, worked to arrange meals for the first responders too. So we appreciate them arranging that. So, there was a lot went on during that time, and hopefully I agree with Alderman Baker. Maybe that was the end of it, and I'm ready for sunny and 80.
Thank you. I too want to say thank you to the staff and for the work they do. One of the things that sometimes we don't always appreciate, we don't say we appreciate, folks on the lines downstairs. They get a lot of people coming in that may not be as happy with me. They come in bills and taxes, but they handle them with grace. And so I appreciate that. Travis, for your team that does a great job. So thank you very much for men and women who are on the line down there. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Okay.
It's true.
Good seeing you.
I was able to put pretty quickly together.
Access.
You ready, Mom?